FM.
WOON, Woonsocket.
Good morning and welcome to Coffee Ann, the longest-running panel discussion show in American radio. To make a comment or ask a question of the panel, call 401-766-1240 or email coffee@woonsocket.com. And now, let's join the Coffee Ann panel.
First Coffee Am of November 2025 here on this Monday morning, November the 3rd. Hi there, Joe Callahan with you, and joining me at the Coffee Ann table at the moment, Dave Richards is right over there. Good morning, Dave.
Hey, good morning, Joe. Good morning, everybody. A lovely day.
We expect Melissa Murray to be joining us. It's also quite possible that Dan Jenner will call in and tell us about the Woonsocket City Council agenda for the meeting for this evening, and a little later on,
will be broadcast live on most of this radio. In fact, you won't hear the replay of Coffee Ann tonight
because of it. That's right. And a little later on, a special guest joining us via the phone, Joshua Rode. He is the music director of the Rhode Island Civic Chorale and Orchestra.
We're going to get some culture in the show.
Yes, they'll be talking about the show that they're putting on this coming weekend. One will be down in Providence at the Grace Church, and the other will be on November the 9th, which is this coming Sunday, at St. John Vianney Church in Cumberland. Ooh. We'll be talking Mozart.
All right.
So that's
one of my faves.
For all you culture lovers. So that's coming up a little later on. So in the meantime, let's see. Well, congratulations go out to the Los Angeles Dodgers, who won the World Series
last. I knew you were going to talk sports. It's Monday morning.
What day was that? Friday night.
Well, it was almost Sunday morning.
No, was it Saturday or Sunday?
Yeah. It was almost Sunday morning.
That's right. It was Sunday morning.
In fact, the broadcast wasn't over till Sunday morning.
Yeah. If you were a baseball fan and you stayed up for it, that was one exciting game. If you're not a baseball fan, you were like, well, what's the big deal? But it was one exciting game, and you got to feel for the Toronto fans because they're like Boston Red Sox fans sometimes because Toronto was winning going into the bottom of the ninth. They had 3 outs, and they were going to be the World Series winners, but that's not how it worked out as LA wins it.
It was almost
innings.
Like an act of God here. Broken bat.
Broken back double play to end the game.
It broke in like 3 pieces, the bat.
Yeah, that's right.
Flung itself into the infield, and then everybody says, "Oh, bother." Or maybe something else stronger than that.
Yeah, that's what they said.
Because they realize that when you hit a ball and the bat breaks, a lot of the energy that would propel the ball is absorbed by the breaking of the bat.
Yeah,
so it ain't going to go very far.
So this easy ground ball to Mookie Betts.
Doesn't go far.
And he stepped on second, threw it to first, and out. All right, Melissa Murray's joined us. Hi, Melissa.
Good morning.
Thanks for joining us.
Here she is in living color.
Also joining us right now on the phone, we'll get right to Dan's and find out what's going on with the agenda for tonight's Woonsocket City Council meeting, so Dan can get on with his busy day. Good morning to you, Dan Jenren.
Good morning, Joe. Good morning, Dave. Good morning, Melissa.
Unless you want to talk more Dodgers baseball.
Did they play?
Did they play?
Not anymore, Dan. They're taking the next several months off.
All you have to do is walk around at work today and say, how about those Dodgers? Because they won the World Series, and people will know exactly what you're talking about, and they'll think you're a sports genius, okay?
Very good. I'll weave that into tonight's meeting.
Yeah, please, could you? That would be terrific. All right. Anyway, speaking of tonight's meeting, let's talk about the agenda for tonight. What do you see on the docket for tonight?
Looks like a short one, Dan.
So, it's a short agenda. There's one ordinance and 3 resolutions. The one ordinance, just so people know, is there was some positions in Public Works that were in the budget but were not funded at the time we passed the budget. So we left them in. They were viable positions, but we didn't put any money to them because we didn't know how the money was going to go. So as Director D'Agostino has come forward, he's had 2 of these positions that he's telling us now needs to be filled, and they're only going to end up being for like half the year by the time he fills them. So we're doing a partial transfer tonight to help fund half a year or 3/4 of a year of one of those positions.
And that came up to about, 28 Gs?
Yes, and it's because it's we just we funded, I think it was 2/3 of the year just to get us through until the next budget. And he did, to his credit, he worked without those positions for at least a third of the year, and he just knows that going into winter he needs those people.
Mm-hmm.
Well, certainly, yeah, that makes sense. Well, that's good management. It's hard management, that's for sure. But how do you get somebody who's only going to work for half a year? That's tough.
Yeah, well, once they're hired, they're not going to be half years again. So when he gets somebody, then the reason we didn't
So
fund
it's probably
those
like a
positions-
one-time savings?
Correct. When we didn't fund those positions, it's because they were vacant. But now that he's filling them, if he gets good people in those positions, hopefully come budget time, they're not vacant again.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we can all hope.
Yes,
Not
yes,
always up to us,
exactly.
right, Dan?
No, it's not, unfortunately, but we do the best we can, and I think we're getting through this budget as timely as we can, and as efficiently as we can. So we will see what happens as the year goes on, and we're going to have another budget to do with this council and this mayor, so we'll be able to put our talents to work once again come, March, April, May, when we start to work on the budget again.
Dan, I noticed
Imagine that we're already talking about that.
I noticed we have another cultural festival coming into World War II Veterans Park, and
In
boy, they're
August.
getting a leap on it, aren't they? This is for next August of 26, or did I hear that wrong?
No, you got it exactly right, and they certainly are getting a jump on it. And when I was doing the recording for you yesterday, I went back and looked because I said, wait a minute, we already missed it. But then it is for 26, so August of 26.
Well, there's nothing wrong with. They probably have some fundraising to do and some plans to make and get the word out and everything. I know some of the things that traditionally happen. It's only a few months ahead of time that they go through the bureaucratic necessity of going before the council. It's kind of a presumption, I guess, on a lot of people's parts, especially for the recurring festivals, that since nothing went wrong, they'll probably say yes, and so we won't bother them too early in the game. But here, I guess they just want to make sure. So it's 10 months out, and please
What?
Please what?
Please allow us to use the place.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I thought there was another word coming.
All right.
So yes.
And we also heard in the report, what are there, 55 liquor licenses that are up for renewal?
That's natural.
Yeah,
That's
so-
routine.
Okay.
Yeah, so what happens is tonight we'll go through the procedure of approving those, but they're all conditionally approved based on them getting all of their ducks in a row, if you will. They have to have their letter of good standing from the Secretary of State. They have to have their taxes paid, the fire inspections, and all of that. So everything will have to be in order, or the city clerk, as of December 1st, just simply will not renew those licenses. And going back, when I first got onto the city council, there was even people who would get like speculative approvals, but I and a few others have really tried to say that we can't do that anymore. If you don't have everything in place on December 1st, we are, as Board of Commissioners, we are acting on behalf of the state. That, if the state has these requirements and we have some requirements, they all have to be fulfilled in order to get your license. So hopefully, as in years past, we don't have to take anyone's license on December 1st, but they've got plenty of time now. It's November 1st or November 3rd. You've got a month to finish, and the city clerk notifies them in September that this is coming. So hopefully by the time we get near December 1st, everybody will be in compliance, and the licenses will be issued without any cause.
Well, Dan, credit goes to yourselves and previous councils. Us old-timers who've been watching the council for decades remember the absolute mess it was as December 1st came, and you're trying to pass these renewals, and then somebody pops up and says, oh, they don't have this, or they failed a fire inspection, or something else. Now what do you got to do? Now you got to wait for another 2 weeks for the next council meeting to even entertain the thing. it got to be really, really messy. But you've gotten it to the point now where you have the process starting months ahead. Where it's not just coming up or somebody throws in an application after Thanksgiving and it's being acted on the first, first of December or something like that. But it is by regulation and tradition that all liquor licenses are for 1 year only, and they renew on December 1st. And that has worked very, very well for a long time, but you've gotten past all that tedious, well, this one doesn't have this paper in. Well, we'll have it for you in 2 hours. And then you say to yourself, well, maybe we could trust them. Well, it just gets really messy, doesn't it? But now the way that you do it, it's already like, okay, there you go. And you know how liquor licenses are. If someone's even thinking of an exit strategy, having a liquor license that's approved and in place is key to a lot of owners' exit strategy, because it quadruples the value of the business if they're looking to sell.
Yeah.
Of course, yeah, because liquor licenses are valuable in the state.
Mm-hmm.
And with that value comes some responsibility. So, we want to know. I remember my big thing was there was people who would not have their fire certificates up to date.
Right.
And I would say, here we are tentatively approving these. What if something happens? And, I lived, I mean, I wasn't there, but I was alive during the station fire.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And, you don't want to have that on the head of the people who are giving these licenses when the fire marshal hasn't signed off that the building is safe. So I won't ever, as long as I'm there, you're going to have everything in order, and you've got plenty of time to do it. And then we won't, as you said, Dave, we won't get into these last-minute 2-hour delays where we got to run and get a notice from the Secretary of State.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Unneeded stress. You've taken the unneeded stress out, and you put the stress over several months' time.
Yeah,
So
there
they
you go.
should all
And
be
plenty of notice.
Well, yeah, it's because if there's no infractions or no claims against a licensee, obviously the renewal of the license, the way it's set up on the statutes now, is a routine process. And what you've done here is you've acted to preserve the routine aspect of the process.
And it's
And
not
you
a surprise
what?
for them either. So.
No. And the truth is, and we won't name names, right? But
All right.
we always knew when we get the list of 55, we knew 50 had everything in place.
Mm-hmm.
And there were the same 5 every year
Yep.
That's
that
a
were
problem.
Yeah.
late with
Melissa's
something.
nodding. Melissa remembers.
I remember.
Yeah,
So I'm sure it's
yeah.
the same 5. Right. So.
Exactly, and that's the thing, and it would just it would consume, especially
Sure.
we're there for a meeting, but the city clerk is having to deal with this constantly because she's trying to be accommodating, and it ends up absorbing and consuming so much of her time.
Right.
So, let those 5 get their act together, and we're giving you plenty of time to do that.
Of course, the obligation as a public body is you have to treat those 5 the same way you treat all the other 50.
Oh,
And
of
so
course.
you
Yes.
have to be very careful what rules you put in place.
Right.
But this has
And that's
worked
why
out
we
nice.
make-
I really think that you guys have got this. You've taken the extra work and time to get this down to as routine as it can get.
Well, thank you for saying that, and I am happy that we were able to do something to make. I used to dread this. Now it's just a routine matter.
All right. Anything else on the agenda that jumps out at you, Dan?
Adjournment. There'll be
Yeah,
adjournment
one of
tonight.
the-
No.
No, one other thing it's an important thing that I think people will be talking about on the consent agenda tonight. You'll see there's a notice from the city solicitor regarding a memorandum of agreement that has been signed between the city of Woonsocket and the Narragansett Bay Commission. So what that does is the solicitor has been working for a couple months now with the legal team at NBC to basically set the ground rules and the parameters of what is going to be negotiated over the next few months to hopefully get to a spot where we can free the city of the incinerator nuisance and the operation of the wastewater treatment plant. And this MOA is the first big step moving that process along. So I'm happy that it's done, and it's only the first step, and I don't want people to get too excited, but it is an important first step. And now the parties can begin real negotiation. There's a long list of requirements that have to be transferred back and forth for, numbers of products that are processed and all of that. But that's now going to be part of the MOA.
Well, it's baby steps, right?
Exactly. And this was, it seems like a baby step, but it did take a couple months to get it done, and that's how. In the private sector, you probably would have had it done in a week, but in the public sector, it does take a little bit longer.
You keep your eye on those rascals down there, because they've been known to install a little deal creep in every deal they make. So,
well, let's hope not. And that's part of why
keep an eye
this
peeled.
MOA took so long to put together, because we want to make sure that what we end up with is far better than where we are today.
Very good. Well, Dan, that sounds like a fine bit of work tonight. The way I'm looking at it, doesn't seem to be a whole lot of controversy. Maybe everybody will be at home in time for Love Boat tonight.
Let's hope. And I don't even know what time that's on, but let's hope we're home in time.
Don't worry about it. You're just speak it to your television, and it will go to the right place these days.
That's true.
Thanks for calling in this morning, Dan.
But for anyone that can't watch on YouTube, I just want to make sure everyone knows it's broadcast live on WOON, and please tune in, because even when there's small issues with the YouTube or the streaming or any of that, WOON is always there providing live service, and we hope that continues. So thank you for that, keeping us relevant in the city ears.
Thanks for mentioning it, Dan.
Okay.
Well, thanks for calling, Dan, and we'll talk again in a couple of weeks.
Okay, you have a good day, everyone. Talk to you soon.
Okay,
You too.
You bet.
bye.
Bye-bye.
Tonight's Woonsocket City Council meeting at 7 o'clock tonight here on ON Radio.
Live.
Break time here on the Coffee and program. More coming up. We've got a note to get to as well. You can call on yours at 766-1240.
ON 1240.
People choose cremation over a casket burial for any number of reasons. Cultural or religious tradition, personalization, simplicity, cost, and time are just some of the reasons, but only you can decide if it's the right decision for you or your loved one. Annette at the Beraducci Funeral Home and Cremation Care Center can answer your questions about the cremation process to see if it's the right decision for you. Beraducci Funeral Home and Cremation Care Center, Spring Street, Woonsocket. Visit ProvidenceCremation.com.
If you're 55 or older and into that whole saving money thing, T-Mobile has an exclusive phone and internet bundle just for you. Right now, get 2 unlimited phone lines plus 5G home internet for just $30 each per month with autopay, plus taxes and fees. And with 5G home internet, setup is easy with just one cord and no technician needed, which is great if you're also into that whole keeping it simple thing. Switch now and experience the best mobile network in the U.S. Visit your local store to start saving. T-Mobile, it's better over here. Based on analysis by Ookla Speed Test Intelligence data Q4 2024 to Q1 2025. Ookla trademarks used under license. Unlimited on our network. Customers on voice plan may notice speeds lower than other customers, and further reduction if using more than 50 gigs a month due to data prioritization. Video streams and SD on this plan. Home internet pricing after $20 a monthly bill credit plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. See 5G device coverage and access details at T-Mobile.com.
The Coffee and Panel is enjoying coffee from Down East Coffee Roasters. All their coffee is roasted right here in Rhode Island. Down East Coffee Roasters is available at all Little General stores.
ON Radio.
It is Coffee and here on ON. Thanks for joining us. I'm Joe Callahan here with Dave Richards and Melissa Murray. Or one little
Do we have
fact.
to have a kitty cat update, don't we, Joe?
No. I know Melissa's fostering
she's wearing
cats.
a kitty cat pin on.
Well, she always wears that.
I do.
Is that a baseball bat, or is that a cleaver? That's in the cat's
It's a knife,
paws?
isn't it?
It's a little knife. The cat.
It's a
with
little who?
knife. It's a little kitty cat. A
Yeah.
cute cat with a little knife.
To cut
It
off
is
the
a knife.
mouse's
Yeah.
tails, right? The mice tails.
Yeah.
Tails, right? The mice tail.
Yeah, or whatever, you know.
Something dark about that pin.
There it is.
right.
My mom got me that pin.
I see. Okay.
All right.
But are the kitties all taking nourishment and everybody's
Yeah,
happy?
yeah. Everybody's
I think
good.
everybody's already heard that you rescue cats
Yeah, so I have two.
or dogs. I mean, you
well, I
you
can't
love
really.
animals and you rescue
Yeah.
them when you're asked to. You don't
Yes,
go,
yes,
You don't
I-
go looking for them to rescue.
I don't. They actually call me. They
Yeah.
actually call
You're
me.
on a
because
list.
I'm on a list because not very many people know how to care for. They call it neonatal kittens, which is kittens that are taken from their mom or end up separated
Kitty-
from their mom
yeah.
before they're
Kitten
weaned.
babies.
Right? Yeah, baby kitties. I used to foster a lot of dogs. Probably fostered about 30 plus dogs in my life, but
Yeah, but the
my
problem
current
is
my
when
current
you
dog
get-
is not social.
Antisocial, yeah.
He's antisocial, but he hates people. He hates dogs. He hates he hates everybody. But he's afraid of kittens for some reason.
I see.
So we're fine with kittens. He goes up on the back of the couch, like and hides from them.
Stays away from
yeah,
them.
Yeah, he doesn't
Okay.
want to be near them. So we have two foster kittens. They're not from the same litter, I don't think, but they were caught in the same place where there were a lot of feral cats. So one I think is about 5 weeks, and another maybe is about 6 weeks. So yeah, they're eating and drinking whatever. They've already been adopted.
Oh, good.
They've already been pre-adopted. Mm-hmm. So yeah, this is foster number.
So why do you still have them?
Because they need to gain enough weight to be spayed and neutered.
Oh, I see. I see.
And
There's
one of them is
rules.
barely a pound right now,
I
so
see.
she's just a little runty, which is good because they're pre-adopted. Because of all the kittens that I have fostered, and this is number 8 and 9, I think this year, I really, really love this little one, like love at first sight. So she can't be mine because she's already going to somebody else.
Good for you.
All right.
Good for the dog.
I know.
All right, note called in 766-1240, and it just says on a completely different subject. Ready?
Really?
Donald Trump has decided to test nuclear weapons in Nevada.
Yeah.
When asked why, he responded, "Well, China's done it, other countries too, so we should do it too."
China never tested a nuclear weapon in Nevada.
What? What's this? Monkey see, monkey do. I'm sure Nevada residents and officials are extremely upset with this decision.
Baloney.
I don't know.
They'll sell tickets like they did back in the 50s.
This is supposed to be done somewhere around.
Come and see the mushroom
Lake
cloud from our
Tahoe.
sky rise.
But we just
here.
heard it on the news. They're not going to really blow something up. We're not going to get the mushroom. They're doing something other nuclear testing.
Is that so?
So no big explosions.
Why though? But why?
Well, because the other countries are doing it.
Yeah, that's nice. If the other countries,
Jump off a bridge? Would you do it too?
yeah.
I don't know.
Now, you
just,
two.
That's just what he's claiming. So,
Well,
you know.
yeah, because everything is for show, right? Everything is for show.
Maybe.
Yeah, right. So we haven't had to quote test nuclear weapons in our own country where people live, around places where people are residing. I don't think it's a good idea. If there's not a need to do it, why are we doing it?
Well, we haven't done one in over 25 years. Got to make sure
Okay.
these things still work.
How do we
Sure,
know?
sure,
How do
sure.
we know they'll work when we launch them
If
at
we-
some
if we
place?
need them.
Well, hopefully we will never launch them. That's
Well, that would be a good thing, right?
Yeah, a nuclear
I don't
war
disagree
would
with what
would,
you're saying,
would be
by
a
the way,
would
yeah.
be a bad
A
thing.
bad thing.
And
I-
if we're launching them, it means somebody else is launching them,
Right.
and at that point,
Not good.
it's moot.
All right. The good news
Do
is.
you buy that nuclear, that mutually assured destruction stuff
No.
we were sold when we were kids?
Absolutely not.
Mutually assured destruction.
Yeah.
See, we weren't sold that as kids. You were.
Oh,
When it
okay.
came to us, they
Oh yeah, they
didn't,
told
they
us
didn't say that anymore.
If a nuclear bomb blew up and you got the radiation, that was it for you. Now I understand some people survive that.
Yes, they might.
Well, not very well. I think
Yeah.
I might not want to survive that. I might want to be one of the ones that gets nuked.
I think we were always, when I was told as a kid, not to worry because we would get killed because Boston was a hot
I was-
spot.
yeah,
and
right.
And we're in the
We're
fallout area.
such a close
we're so
proximity.
close that we'll get it. Oh, and then
Well,
nothing
if
to
you're
worry about.
lucky, you'll be in ground zero and not
That's not
survive
true.
it, right?
No,
So-
well, maybe it wasn't true, but that's
Well,
what we
no,
were
it's
told.
actually-
Actually, you want to know what's true? Hartford, Connecticut.
That's right.
If
Oh,
they
well,
nuke
that's even- that's
Hartford,
even
Because that's
closer.
where we
Then
make the
we're
subs. Right.
Okay.
Rhode Island is toast
It's done.
if they nuke Hartford. But the prevailing winds are from the west in this part of the country.
Mm-hmm.
And so it is completely possible under all fairly normal circumstances that if they nuke Boston It's 35 air miles away, and
The wind's gonna
it won't
blow
be
it out.
good.
Yeah.
It won't be good, but you're not getting the fallout. Provincetown's getting the fallout.
Yeah, okay.
England's getting the fallout.
If you want to watch a movie that really shows what this is like, watch the movie Testament.
Yes, I remember.
It's terribly depressing.
It's terrible. Didn't that terrify you? Like after everything that we were told
Oh, yeah.
to see that movie, it just like terrified.
Because basically the nuclear bomb hit San Francisco.
Well,
And
that's why they always want to hit the
Yeah.
West Coast, because then it will
And
the
it's-
incident radiation will go across the country
Yeah.
and kill
Yeah.
more.
Yeah.
But it's a suburb of San Francisco and how they try to survive
Yep.
afterwards. And they really don't.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's what's depressing. Anyway, back to happy news.
Yay.
That couple from Cumberland that were stuck in Jamaica
Yeah.
because of the hurricane,
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
back home.
Oh.
They made it back home
Oh, my
yesterday.
goodness.
Two more
Right.
listeners to the station.
Yes, Jim Brennan and Christina Ruggiero said they're thankful to be back in Rhode Island, sobered by the reality of the devastation they were left behind. They do admit they were in a bit of a bubble because they couldn't leave the hotel, just stay here. They had to stay an extra week in order to get an airplane to get
Did
out
they
of
charge
there.
him?
Yeah.
You know, they don't say. They don't go into that part. We didn't see what everything looked like until they were actually on their way to Kingston, where the airline is.
Under heavy guard.
And it was a lot of downed trees and damage to homes.
Yeah.
Let's see. The couple said they did what they could do to evacuate the island prior to the Category 5 storm making landfall, but when that didn't work, they ended up riding out the storm at the hotel, forced to stay an extra week before they could get a flight back. But they're back in Cumberland, so...
I was meeting up with Bob, Dr. Ballard's ship down off the southern coast of Jamaica. So I've been to that whole area. That got it right on the chin. And my orders were to fly into Kingston, which we did, and then you'd be transported through ground transportation to what they called an all-inclusive resort, which was right on the southern coast. And it really opens your eyes because we are in an escorted bus.
Okay.
And we say they were escorted front and back.
Yeah. Just
And
in
this
case.
was back in the times when there was no,
good
we're not
times.
talking hurricane times.
Yeah.
We're talking about, this was normal for them. Escorted in a bus. And as you got closer and closer, and you were in the community where the resort was, you started seeing the concrete walls with massive graffiti, the razor wire on fences up atop of the concrete walls, and they had armed guards open the gate for the bus to get in so we could go in there and spend the night before being tendered out to the
Wow.
ship.
Crazy.
Wow, wow,
Yeah.
wow.
That's the way it is there.
And that just reinforced everything. I got back and I told Denise this because there was a time when we used to take a lot of cruises and things like that. That was our enjoyment. We'd still like to take a few more, but they gotten so expensive. And,
Yeah.
Cruising isn't what cruising was. Now you got the 6,000 passengers on the ship, 2,500 crew on the ship, and it's like a big city. But I do remember on our little 1,500 passenger ship, as we cruised into Jamaica, into the harbor, whipping out because this is so Dave, whipping out my little AM/FM radio and listening to the local radio stations and hearing a station with a talk show on. And they were actually talking about killing people. I should go pop a cap in his head. Stuff like that on a radio talk show.
Different country.
And I said, if they're talking about that on the radio, do I want to go off the ship and get out? No.
Walk around the country, yeah.
I'm staying aboard. And I did. And then when I had to go there on business, I said to myself, yep, made the right choice.
We got another note called in, 766-1240. Back to nuclear war. There's
happy subjects
yes.
again.
There's a movie called Threads. It was made in the UK. Most realistic you will see outside of a real nuclear war. I've actually read about this movie. I cannot watch it. It is way too graphic.
Okay.
So, but that's your choice if you like
Yeah,
that kind
yeah.
of stuff. So, just something.
Well, you're
that's going
smart
on
to
out
know
there.
that, Joe.
Well, I like reading up on these kind of things, and
I mean,
I
you're
don't- I
smart
don't
to know
like-
that
like
it's something that
super
you don't want to watch. A lot
graphic.
of people
Yeah,
watch stuff
yeah.
they shouldn't watch anyway.
Yeah.
True.
I don't like that stuff either.
All right, we're going to take another break here on the Coffee and Program. It is time for the weather
Now
forecast.
you know why I don't watch the 6 o'clock news.
Exactly.
Weather report brought to you by the
I saw the ratings.
Compassion International.
A 50% chance of rain this afternoon. Mostly cloudy skies all day with a high of 58 and a breeze from the south up to 25 miles per hour. Tonight, a 50% chance of rain, cloudy skies in the early evening, then gradual clearing with a low around 41. Tuesday's weather, sunshine and 56. Wednesday, mostly cloudy and a high of 58. Thursday, sunshine and 51. Friday, partial sunshine and 56. Saturday, there's a 50% chance of rain, but partial sunshine with a high of 59. And on Sunday, a 40% chance of a shower, partial sunshine and a high near 52.
Outside the Navigant Credit Union broadcast studio, right here on the corner of Park Ave and Kennedy Street with cloudy skies, we have 40 degrees.
Hi, everybody. Dave Richards, and we're back here where you can save money on furniture. Coletta's Furniture, Wood Avenue in Woonsocket. I'm standing with Brad Coletta right here, and we're on the second floor showroom. And we've got these dual recliners. They're hooked together with the cup holders and everything else. There's got to be a name for them. Brad?
What you're looking at, it's not two recliners. It's actually a love seat. It's theater style, however, though. They're individually dual reclining. So these are zero gravity, power headrest, power footrest, cup holders, storage. And as you can see on the showroom, I have several different ones in leather, performance fabrics. Pretty much name the color and we can get it for you. You really got to come in and try it and see what they're all about.
It's Coletta's Furniture. Tell us about the terms.
We have several different payment options. 1 year, 0 down, 0 interest financing. We also have free layaway. If you're not ready for it, you could put down what you want. We have free layaway. We have a no credit check company, 90 days, same as cash as well. So many different options that we can get you into something in your home right away.
At Coletta's Furniture, family owned, right here in Woonsocket on Wood Avenue. Coletta's Furniture.
It's not too late. There are thousands of kids waiting over a year for a sponsor, and their wait today. Sponsor a child with compassion. Text radio to 83393.
We all know that Rhode Island has a hands-free law for cell phone use. Did you know that a new distracted driving law prohibits other use of a cell phone while driving? No texting, no surfing, no selfies. Only mounted devices may be used, and only for navigation. As always, the use of any mobile device is prohibited for drivers under 18. Make safe driving your only distraction. A message from the Rhode Island Broadcasters Association and the Rhode Island Police Chiefs Association.
It's Coffee and here on WOON AM and FM. Thanks for joining us. Joe Callahan here with Melissa Murray and Dave Richards. Well, I guess the good news is I didn't.
Good news?
Yeah, I didn't see
We're
any.
not talking about nuclear.
No, off of nuclear war. But I didn't see anything over the weekend. I didn't see any news reports. I didn't hear about any news reports about any looting, rioting, fires, at real chaos going on at supermarkets. Over the weekend, because I heard it was a possibility that Walmart was going to get trashed.
No.
Not ones around
well, the
here, but
federal
the ones in
judges
bigger
were
cities.
releasing statements that they,
You think that helped?
yeah, the timing of it.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't.
Right on Saturday, the Rhode Island judge said, "Oh yeah, right. They got to do it."
I didn't foresee that happening. I didn't anticipate that happening. It wasn't a thought.
Well, it was
me.
intimated by those who would like to see
Yeah.
us.
Yeah, sure, but
Now we're still collecting food here, Dave.
Well,
correct?
officially,
Yes.
sure.
That we
Yeah.
will
And I'll tell
drop
you
off.
why. Because first of all, the problem is not rectified yet.
Not yet.
And so the second thing is, it is at this time of the year that all food pantries have an extra drain on them. And speaking to the ones at the food pantries, we see, we understand, we agree. And so as long as people keep dropping things off, I'll make sure they get to a food pantry. We did get some sort of a comment on Facebook. I took it to be a criticism of the fact that we brought our first loads over to the Holy Trinity. I saw someone in there say, well, geez, what about bringing some of that stuff over to the St. Agatha's food pantry? That's a fine idea, except that Holy Trinity was open when we were ready and we had staff to go and do it.
Yep.
And St. Agatha's has much more restricted time for us to bring it over. I have no problems who I bring it to. It's just like,
yeah, I think we said
In
we were
fact,
going to share
I think
the
everybody-
love, right? We're going to
everybody knew here. Everybody
yeah.
knew here that I thought my first load I'd bring it down to CCA,
Right.
to Community Care Alliance downtown. But then we had to drop you off somewhere, Melissa, and my car was pointing toward Holy Family. It was only a few blocks away, and I said, Holy Family's open now. I said Holy Family. I'm
Holy
sorry.
Trinity.
It's Holy Trinity.
Holy
Yes, I'm
Trinity,
sorry.
right.
Forgive
Yep.
me. Holy Trinity. At least I didn't say Queen Amadas. The car was pointing that way, and rather than turn it around and go downtown, I said, let's bring the first load over there.
Yeah, yeah.
And we
had
did, and
said
we're
that
very,
we were
very
going
happy
to
that we did.
Share.
We're
the,
not trying to
share
discriminate
the
against
love,
anybody.
Right? No, no.
But it's just if you
Gotta make a
want
choice.
to make a donation, and you're looking at the hours these places are open or not open, and you're saying, no, that's not convenient for me. My whole purpose is to make it convenient for you. I'll worry about where we can send this stuff, and just bring it here to the station. We got a nice big box out there, and we'll take care of responsibility for getting it over there, and we did too. Someone came in and dropped some money off here, and we brought that as well.
Yep.
So, this is nothing for us. We just want to make it easy for you because we know how busy you are.
Yep.
Okay, well, we're still
the need
collecting.
is
so that's good.
definitely there. Yeah.
Yeah, at this time of year, all the food pantries are begging for help.
Yep. On Saturday, I
So there's no reason
volunteered.
for us to stop.
Yeah.
Yeah, on Saturday I volunteered at
Milagros, didn't you?
distribution. Yep, and
Another fine pantry.
Yeah, right. There's a lot of folks doing a lot of good work all around the city, and I can't even tell you how many families with children, little
Right.
babies.
And the kids
came.
were with them.
The little yep. It's
Okay.
the need is definitely there.
You don't see it if you're not there.
Right.
So
right. Mm-hmm.
it's easy to not think about it. But if you ever get an eyeful, and the nice people that we saw where we dropped off last Friday, or I'm sorry, it was Thursday. It makes you feel good because you know somebody is getting this benefit.
Yeah.
That's all. I'm going to be an intermediary as long as I'm needed, and then we'll stop if we're not.
Okay. Okay. Well, up in New Hampshire, a Rhode Island man was arrested trying to flee after he rolled over his car. I'm not sure where
Oh,
Greenland.
this was a circus.
I don't know where
Three
Greenland,
people
New
in the
Hampshire
car.
is.
Who?
Greenland, New Hampshire.
Yeah, I don't know
It's
what that
near. Well, it's on 95. If you're heading up that way.
So it's going to be in the southeast of New Hampshire
Yeah, okay.
because
Before you get to Maine.
right.
All right. 1 in the morning, Sunday morning, in an active construction zone. According to the preliminary investigation, the vehicle was traveling north when the driver lost control, rolled the vehicle, came to a stop in the center median. And after the crash, the driver made a run for it.
Oh,
Fled on
dear.
foot. And he was found a short time later on a utility access road
Yeah.
at 1 in the morning.
Yeah.
What, you're
yeah.
walking along by yourself?
Nothing good happens after
Well,
midnight,
To a
right?
certain extent, there's a fight or flee mechanism in our brains deep down
I guess.
inside.
I got to get out of
It
here.
sometimes defies any rationale. And if you're confused or in shock, you may take action on those subordinate. There was another one, 120 miles an hour near an airport in, was it Arizona? Skyview Airport in Arizona?
I didn't hear about that
Yeah.
one.
You got the copy in there
All right.
somewhere. It's buried down in there.
So this-
the guy, 3 people in the car, 120 miles an hour. He's being clocked. He's going to the airport. He rolls it over at the approach to the terminal, the first terminal.
Yep.
And
Sky
the
Harbor,
the car flips, bursts into flame. Cops are right behind him.
Mm-hmm.
So driver gets out, they grab him, put him in handcuffs. Sit down over here while they tend to anyone else. 2 other people, they got him. They put him in handcuffs, right? Driver gets up while they're working on the other 2 and runs for
Makes a
the
run
runs for
for
the
it?
hills
Runs while cuffed.
while cuffed.
No one will
Runs
ever
for the
know.
hills.
Oh gosh.
Well, this I think is demonstrably someone who is reacting from their basic, mental needs. It's a fight or flight reflex as opposed to a reasoned attempt to escape custody.
Yeah.
But they still charged him with it.
Well,
Yeah.
this guy in New Hampshire is from Narragansett, Oliver Donnell. He's facing numerous charges, including reckless conduct, resisting arrest, and here's the fight or flee.
Yeah.
I'm going to flee because he doesn't have a valid license. And maybe if I don't get caught, I won't get into any more trouble. But,
Right.
Because I don't
Wasn't
have a
he from
license.
Rhode Island?
He's from Narragansett.
Yeah.
Yeah, Narragansett, Rhode Island. Yeah.
All right. We mentioned earlier that we do have a guest that's calling in.
Ooh.
And he is on the phone right now.
Good morning, culture
So
lovers.
let's go on to the phone right now. We're going to welcome in Joshua Road. Am I saying that correct, Joshua?
It's Rhodey, which is
Rhodey.
awfully confusing.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but
Long
it's-
E. All right. And Joshua.
That's the person who helped set up before the concert.
Right. But you don't spell it that way.
exactly right.
And Joshua
I'll
is.
work on both sides.
Oh, good. He's the music director for the Rhode Island Civic Chorale and Orchestra, and they've got a couple of events coming up this weekend.
Ooh.
On Saturday, November 8th, you'll be at Grace Church in Providence, and on Sunday, November 9th, you'll be up this way. You'll be at St. John Vianney Church in Cumberland doing Mozart's Requiem.
Ooh.
And tell us about that, Joshua.
That's a biggie.
Yeah, it's a real big concert. We've got over 100 people singing in our choir, orchestra, and 4 fantastic soloists, and we're really excited. Mozart's Requiem is one of these famous pieces that even if you don't think you like classical music, you probably know the Lacrimosa and heard it on a car commercial or something, and we're excited to put this on for a live performance in both great venues.
Well, like Melissa and I, who grew up watching Bugs Bunny cartoons, we probably heard it there
exactly.
somewhere. Said, hey,
I don't know about
That
Requiem.
sounds
You would've
familiar.
heard- You would have heard something from Mozart. Yeah.
let's see. Now I'm looking at the notes that you sent me ahead of time, and looking at Mozart's Requiem. It unfolds as a 3-part journey through Mozart's life. So, what parts of his life are we looking at here?
So we're looking at sort of like the middle of his career. That's where we start. And then he makes the move, becomes wildly famous. Everybody loves him.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the second part. And the third part is when he writes the Requiem. And during the middle of the Requiem, which is a piece about death, he tragically dies in the middle of it at a young age.
How young was he when he died? Do you know?
Like 30, something like that.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, 30, 40. I got to check my notes again myself. But yeah, he dies early. So it's this big, mysterious piece. Here he is writing about death, and in the middle of it, he died.
Wow.
And Mozart's Requiem becomes, one of the most famous pieces in history, which is really exciting.
Very good. Now, the contest will take place, like we mentioned, Saturday, November 8th, 7 p.m. at Grace Church in Providence, and then on Sunday, November 9th at 3 p.m. at the St. John Vianney Church in Cumberland. So this right in the church, in the church hall downstairs?
Yep, right in the center of the church, yeah.
Okay. And tickets are available through your website, ricco.org. How much are tickets?
So tickets vary depending on when you buy them, and if you buy them at the door, or if you buy them in advance on the website, it's cheaper. And we've got some different rates for students and seniors and stuff like that. So we just recommend people check out our website and check it out, and you can find tickets there.
Alrighty. And you're talking about that the evening will close with Requiem, be left unfinished at Mozart's death in 1791. It's filled with intensity and theatrical surprise. So people will be, you'll get I wouldn't say a shock, but you'll be, like you say, surprised with what's going on.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think even for people who don't know classical music, that this music is just thrilling. It's exciting. I mean, we have people that walk in the doors to all our concerts, and they said, hey, my neighbor said I should come check this out. So I was like, well, I'm not doing anything else. And they did. And they said, I was so blown away. I was so excited. I was crying. Then I was about to jump out of my seat, so happy. So, like, I'm coming back.
All right.
And that's the same kind of excitement and drama that you're going to get for this concert.
Which is pretty good for something in D minor, which is somewhat not happy key.
Exactly. It's not happy, but there's some happy moments, and it's pretty exciting.
I don't know if you've ever heard of this man. His name is Paul O'Neill. He was basically the person that started Trans-Siberian Orchestra, and he was always a big fan of classical music. He was a big Beethoven guy, and he always, whenever he has passed away, but when he would do interviews, he would talk about how guys like Beethoven and Mozart and that whole era, he goes, those were the rock stars of their time.
Oh yeah.
They were killing it, back then. They just didn't have the electricity with the electric guitars. They used what they had to work with. But these guys were stars, and the young people loved them.
That's right.
Yeah, I mean, like they're like the Beatles. People would go to their concerts and just tambourine. You
But
know,
not
They would
only
love
young
it.
people, though, that there were many people who were well-to-do who found it quite fashionable to sponsor these folks and to pay their living expenses while they created.
Yeah, which is
Benefactors.
pretty.
And they
Pretty
probably
rare,
get
you know?
they probably get a chunk of the gate when they
Yeah,
perform.
exactly.
Now, will you be singing, Joshua, too? Are you part of the whole chorale and orchestra? Or do you play in this
So
one?
I do sing and I play the cello, but for these concerts, I'll be the guy who stands up front and directs it all. So it's
You got
my
the baton.
responsibility
He's
to
the
keep everyone
conductor.
together.
Everybody
conductor.
starts.
You know what the conductor does, Joe?
Start.
No, he says, "Tickets, please. Tickets, please."
Uh-oh.
No, the other
That's a train
conductor.
conductor.
Maybe you can solve this little problem for me. How would you pronounce the word Kyrie?
Kyrie.
That's what I thought. Because there's a popular song
Yes.
that's called
is.
that,
Yeah.
and it has nothing to do with Mozart.
Yeah. So he uses it, but yeah, it's very popular.
All right.
And that's one of the key sections in the work you'll be performing this weekend.
Yeah, so there's this huge Kyrie fugue. And when we were talking about this three-part concert, that Mozart actually used the same notes earlier here and when he was younger, and then as he started to write the Requiem, he brought this fugue back, this Kyrie. And, you know, if you come to the concert, you can decide which one was better, when he was younger or right before he died.
Now, did you say at the beginning, Joshua, that you're going to have 100 singers?
Yeah, we have like 117, I think.
This is going to be powerful.
Yeah.
When they're all in
Huge.
full throat.
Yeah.
Wow.
Just think of 117 people on stage,
Yeah.
plus an orchestra of about 20. You've got strings, trumpets,
Yeah.
symphonies, winds, everybody just, you know.
There's no one nodding
Laying
out
their
for this
hearts
one during this little performance. This is fantastic.
But now we should probably, when we're mentioning the value of the performance here, mention the modest price to be amongst those who are watching.
Yeah. So for tickets, I mean, I mentioned this earlier, they sort of range depending on if you're full price or if you buy them at the door or you're seniors. But they're anywhere from the teens for students up to about $30.
Yeah.
So that's not
Great
bad. How
deal.
long?
That's
and,
really
and
cheap, and you
how long's
only
the
have
show?
to rent a tux to go out and watch it.
How long's the show, Joshua?
The show's going to be an hour and a half.
Hour and a half. All right. So you got two chances to catch this. It's Mozart's Requiem from the Rhode Island Civic Chorale and Orchestra. We got Saturday night, November the 8th. That's this Saturday, 7 p.m. at Grace Church in Providence. And then Sunday afternoon, November 9th, 3 p.m. at St. John Vianney Church in Cumberland, right on Diamond Hill Road. All right, Joshua Rohde, thanks for joining us here on the Coffee and program this morning, talking about Mozart's Requiem. I hope you have a great,
Hey, thanks for having me.
great turnout.
Thanks, Joshua. And if you
guys
wave
have a good
your
rest of the day.
baton at me, I promise to wave back.
You got it. It's a deal.
All right.
See ya.
Thanks, Joshua.
Thanks, guys.
All righty. Joshua Rohde joining us from the Rhode Island Civic Chorale and Orchestra, and Leslie Page has joined us at the Coffee and program.
Speaking of culture,
Hi, Leslie.
Hi.
And she'll be talking about the Woonsocket Harris Public Library coming up right if you take another break here on the Coffee and program.
WOON AM and FM. OM 1240.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want to boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Put it all together and you've got what you need to turn things all the way up. Getting started is simple. Just go to hims.com/joy to start your free online visit. Through Hims, you can access ED treatments including pills, chews, and more. 100% online. No office visits, no pharmacy lines. Just fill out a simple intake form and a licensed medical provider will determine if treatment's right for you. If prescribed, it ships free and discreetly to your door. Find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy, HIMS.com/JOY.
OM Radio.
It's Coffee In on WOON AM and FM. Thanks for joining us. Joe Callahan here, along with Dave Richards and Melissa Murray and Leslie Page. So, Leslie, who joins us on Mondays, time to tell us what's going on at the Woonsocket Harris Public Library.
Okay. Our hours are Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m., Tuesday, Friday, and Saturday from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. We will be closed on Tuesday, November 11th for Veterans Day. We offer self-service photocopying and faxing, and our reference department provides notary services free of charge. This week, the Children's Department is offering Sensory Exploration Fun today at 10 a.m., and Music is Fun with Anne-Marie Forer on Wednesday, November 5th at 11:30 a.m. For more information about all children's programs, please call 767-4122. This week, the Teen Department is offering a tabletop role-playing game on Tuesday, November 4th at 3 p.m., and Storytelling Through Theater on Thursday, November 6th, also at 3 p.m. For more information on all teen programs, please call 767-4132. On Monday, November 10th at 6 p.m., local author Reese Landry will present a talk about her book, Hope, Love, and the Lack Thereof. There will be copies of the book for purchase, and she will sign them. The next Tech Tuesday will be held on Tuesday, November 18th at 2 p.m. Learn how to access ebooks and audiobooks on your mobile devices and/or email tips and tricks. Call 767-4124 to register. The next tabletop role-playing game for adults will be held on Saturday, November 15th from 1 to 3 p.m. Call 767-4132 for more information. All of the latest information about our programs, services we offer, and how to reach us can be found at our website, woonsocketlibrary.org, or on our Facebook page. If you have any questions or would like more information about anything I've mentioned today, please call us at 769-9044. And we look forward to seeing you at the library.
How did that slime thing go?
I was wondering this.
Pretty well.
Oh,
It was popular. It went pretty well. No big messes.
Good. They all got the plastic down in time and before we start up.
Yep,
so, okay.
everybody had fun.
And, okay. Do they dump it over people's heads like they do in the TV show?
No.
Okay.
I don't know what they do with it when they get it home, but they did not do that at the library.
Is that stuff recyclable?
I have no
Slime?
idea.
I'm not sure.
I have no idea.
Is
All
it
right.
reusable? So you could slime again?
I don't know. That's
I
a
think
great
you put it in
question.
a container, you can continue to use it.
I
long as it doesn't
suppose,
dry
yeah.
out.
But if you want to make your own, you know.
I wonder if anybody is surprised by the New England Patriots' winning streak.
But yes, surprised that they hung on and won yesterday. It really should have gone into overtime, but the extra point kicker missed the extra point, and that's how the Patriots won.
We talked about that in the final World Series game. And by the way, I didn't make a comment earlier, but I did want to make a comment. I was thinking of it because I saw the ceremonies afterwards when they awarded the Commissioner's Trophy to the LA Dodgers for winning the World Series. And both the owner and the manager said, "You got to tip your hat to those Blue Jays. Boy, they give us a game." And we're so happy we won. And, because they concentrate on the feel-goods of the moment for themselves. But they took some time right when the national spotlight was on them. First thing, you got to tip your hat to those Blue Jays. And yeah, I was hoping that the Blue Jays would win, only because I want the Red Sox. Well, they lost to the Blue Jays. I don't want them losing to the number 2 team. I want them losing to the number 1 team. But that's as far as my emotions went on the whole thing. But that was a game. That really was a game.
But the Patriots won, and yet the Buffalo Bills won. And so
we saw that
this
because
coming
they
weekend,
switched it on afterwards.
Yeah, this coming weekend, the Patriots are going to play the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. This is going to be a very tough game for them. I actually don't see them winning this game. And Buffalo plays the Dolphins, so
they're going to be Buffalo win.
They're going to be tied for first place with Buffalo after this coming weekend.
You think so?
That's what I think.
So says the soothsayer Joe.
Yes. So take that for what it's worth. All right, investigation continues up in Boston. There's an explosion at the Harvard Medical School.
I know. They got pictures, and nobody is saying, "I know that person."
That's right.
Hey, I know that creep.
And the police say it's an intentional act. No structural damage to the Goldenson building on the Longwood Medical campus, and there were no injuries from the blast. The building remained open and accessible over the weekend. Cleaning crews have been working to make sure things are ready for normal operations. Today, police are trying to identify 2 people who they suspect are responsible for the explosion. Got a nice clear picture from the cameras at Harvard.
Well, now, do you think
What kind of
I'm sorry.
explosion was it? Was it
It
like a
doesn't-
little
it doesn't really
bomb
say.
or like
No,
a
it doesn't.
homemade?
Usually
Just
it's
little incendiary
usually it's a
device.
chemical.
Yeah.
It's a chemical
Yeah,
explosion.
just says it's a blast and it happened Saturday morning
Okay.
on the 4th floor,
Okay.
and that it was. It's not an oops. It was something was set there. So.
It was intentional.
Does anybody
Mm-hmm.
think that the whole problem? Because we touched on the issue with the SNAP benefits, and we had the judge in Massachusetts, judge in Rhode Island, all say, "Oh yeah, you guys are toast. We got all kinds of laws and precedents and stuff like that. You use the contingency funds. Of course, now the SNAP program can't use it. It has to be authorized by a higher up in government.
That's right.
But the higher ups in government have to authorize that. It's all written right over here. You got to do it, and this is so dictated by the court. Anybody think they're going to flip off the court? Because that was the first thing
Yep.
on my mind.
Yep.
They're just going to like, oh, well, gee whiz, I don't think we really want to do it. And I didn't see that decision. Did you?
Yeah.
I think there'll be a lot of foolishness because they're people in the federal government are really misbehaving grossly and dishonoring themselves, in my opinion, in how they're handling this thing on both sides of the aisle. There's just so much. It's stupid. It's all junior high spite crap. That's how I characterize that kind of irrational fighting that's going on between the two of them. The chat shows were all full of, well, I'm a Democrat and all those Republicans are creeps. Well, I'm a Republican and all those Democrats are creeps. Oh, come on. You think we can't see through this baloney? Of course we can.
And meanwhile, little tummies will go empty. It's really just.
It should all be
tragic.
solved because today they
They
should
could
have
solve it
released the
today.
funds.
Yeah, they could have resolved it yesterday.
By judicial order, it would be today, or if they can't do it today, no later than Wednesday if something else.
We have to
Yeah.
get by the
Pe-
Tuesday
people
elections.
People going hungry is non-negotiable, in my opinion. You just address it.
Well, we have to see who the new mayor of New York City is, and we have to see who the new governor of Virginia is.
Okay,
and
yeah,
there's
yeah,
another
yeah,
there's
yeah.
another one's got a
Right.
governor coming up on Tuesday as well. So we'll see where that goes. All right, Hollywood had their worst weekend box office of the year so far.
Good.
They only brought in.
They've been peddling junk.
They've only brought in $49 million over the weekend, which is rather small.
Let me get out
over the
my
week-
tiny violin.
You can't keep watering down the intellectual soup, the entertainment soup, over and over and over again, and not expect somebody's going to smell the fish or fowl.
It marked the lowest grossing October in nearly 30 years. Regretting You topped the box office. I don't
never
even
even
know
heard
of
of
it.
Don't know what that is.
They didn't even buy an ad for it.
With an $8.1 million in its second weekend, it edged out the horror flick Black Phone 2, which
Never heard
earned
of that
eight.
either. No,
Well, you got to
like-
see Black Phone for. I don't know.
I've never heard of that either.
They earned $8 million coming in second place. But yeah, it's just, well, they do attribute it to Halloween over the weekend and the World Series, so people just stayed home and didn't go to
Okay.
the movies. So we'll
Cry
see.
me some excuses.
Now, my daughter told me about.
You're peddling junk, guys.
My daughter told me about this, and I saw a picture of it, and I'm like, well, that's not right. But she didn't know who the actress was. Julia Fox. Anyone know who Julia Fox is?
I've seen the name in print.
All right. She's defending her controversial Halloween costume. You know what her... Dave, don't say anything. Ladies, do you know what her Halloween costume was?
No, I don't.
All right. The actress dressed up as Jackie Kennedy in a blood-spattered pink ensemble for her Halloween party in New York City. The look recreating what the former First Lady wore the day her husband was assassinated. And it drew lots of online criticism, with some social media users calling it, quote, disrespectful. In an Instagram post, she said she chose the look as a statement. But she doesn't say what the statement is.
Yeah, what is the statement?
What is it that she doesn't say?
This was a beloved
And
president of the United States that got assassinated.
And I was talking to my daughter about it. I go, so the whole pink dress, yep, and the pink hat, yep, the whole 9 yards,
Yep.
but blood all on one side. I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
So Jack Schlossberg, Jackie Kennedy's grandson, reacted to Fox's costume. He wrote on X, writing, Julia Fox glorifying political violence is disgusting, desperate, and dangerous. So I can't figure out what the statement's supposed to be.
Yeah,
well,
who
again,
knows?
I think it's two wrongs don't make a right again. Make a statement like that. Who says that they were trying to glorify political violence?
Yeah.
You got to understand the artist mentality, in my opinion. artists are constantly trying to do something to evoke an emotion in whoever's watching or consuming their art.
Well, I guess it worked.
Yeah. Well, so you're always going to find artists who are trying to challenge norms, who are trying to shock you, who are trying to make you think, all those different things. And the ones who are trying to shock you, there is no end of bad taste that they can go to shock you.
Yeah. Well,
And so, were they trying to make? Yes, we were trying to make a statement. The statement is, I'm an artist, and I was trying to get people to cringe.
Well, it worked, I guess. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. The Coca-Cola Company has announced it's reintroducing Mr. Pibb. Do you remember Mr. Pibb soda?
Vaguely.
Just when I thought we got rid of it.
Haven't missed it.
They discontinued it 24 years ago.
Yeah, for a good reason.
The company said the revived Mr. Pibb will have 30% more caffeine.
Of course. Well, there you
what
go.
we need.
You needed something.
Than Pibb Extra, the brand it was originally replaced with. The soda is also getting a new slogan, Bold Kick of Cherry, for its intense sweet cherry flavor with hints of caramel and a lingering spicy finish. Sounds like Dr. Pepper.
Yeah,
it
is a Dr. Pepper.
Okay. Coca-Cola said Mr.
type
Pibb and Mr.
drink.
Pibb Zero Sugar are now available in Florida, Chicago, Las Vegas, Michigan, and California markets. The nationwide rollout will start in early 2026.
Sounds gross.
Mark your calendars. Mr. Pibb is coming to
I don't
store
like Dr.
shelves
Pepper, so
near you.
And all I can think of when I hear Mr. Pibb, when I was a youngster, we went to see Vincent Price in a color horror movie called Dr. Phoebes.
Okay.
You know the one I'm thinking of?
I
Did I
do.
get it right? Is it Doctor or Mr.?
Doctor. I think it was
Phoebes.
Doctor.
And when I saw Pibb, I registered that, and I said to myself, no, I don't think so.
All right. Well, look for Mr. Pibb coming out soon. Anyway, that'll do it for the show for today. Thank you very much for
don't look
listening
for
in.
it.
That's right.
I'll avoid it.
And our thanks to Joshua Rohde, who joined us from the Rhode Island Civic Chorale. And
What if it's
and
related
orchestra,
to
so.
Roland?
He
We
spells
got
it
a song, Roland the
R-O-H...
Roadie and
R-O-H-D-E.
Gertrude the Groupie.
All right. Stay tuned. Well, first, Dave Richards, thanks for coming on in.
Well, you're very welcome, Joe. And now I'm going to go crawl off into a nice warm bed
All right.
and try to nurse this cold.
Very good. Melissa Murray, thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me. Have a great week, everyone.
All right. And Leslie Page, thanks for coming on in.
Thank you for having me.
All right. Joe Callahan here. Stay tuned for Kim Garneau. Blessings and good health coming up after the 9 o'clock news.
Broadcasting live and local daily from the Navigant Credit Union broadcast studio at the corner of Park Avenue and Kennedy Street. This is WOON Woonsocket Radio. And now, the news.